Welcome back to some more Age of Wonders 4. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to capture it, but between episodes we encountered Noctis of Isildur, which is the leader of the Shadowborn Elves. One of our main antagonistic factions. They are kind of evil by default, and just generally opposed to everything that we stand for. He had some choice words for us, but again, as I said, I wasn't able to capture it, so I'm just showing the diplomacy screen here so you get some kind of visual aid. We're going to jump back out to our main screen here where we were trying to build an army for Duchess Maurice. We're still working on that. She has one unit for the time being. We have a defender about to finish in Emberton, and then I'll probably get the knight rolling immediately after. We'll go ahead and queue it up now. Let's see, back over here we have a couple of defenders. It'll be 2 after the one finishes next turn. I think we may as well go 3, and then we'll probably do a tier 1 archer for the time being. I guess we can just queue that up here now. But what I'd like to do, and I'm not sure exactly how far out we are. We need to choose research anyway, so let's go ahead and do that. We finished Legion of Zeal. Again, that's going to give us spirit damage on all of our melee attacks as soon as we cast it. But if we go to the tome library, we're now able to choose tier 2 tomes. And under Materium, I want to go for the Tome of Winds next. And that's going to give us potentially access. I mean, eventually is probably a better way to phrase that. But access to Zephyr Archers. So these are tier 4. Sorry, no. Yeah, no. Skill level 4. Okay, so they're tier 4 archers. They use the same basic attack as standard archers, so they're not really anything special in that regard. I believe... Wait, what the hell's going on here? So it says they're skill level 4. This says tier 3. I don't know what to think anymore. Anyway, they have this Zephyr Shot ability as well, which deals damage to a target unit as well as 50% splash damage to adjacent enemies. Now, the cooldown is 2 turns, so you can't use this all the time, but you can use it multiple times per battle. The range is 6, which I believe is the same as the standard. Oh no, it's actually slightly further. So the regular bow range is 4, and then Zephyr Shot is 6. There's also an ability to up your range by 1 for all physical attacks. I'm trying to recall where that was. I think I mentioned it in a previous episode, but I wasn't able to find it, and I would really like to. I think it's not Inquisitor's Zeal. I would like to get Inquisitors, so we'll probably do the other tome first and then move to Inquisition maybe. It's not any of these. I'm really bummed that I can't find it. I don't think it was any of these. Rock Blast. No, it wasn't any of that. It's right here. Seeker Arrows. So this is a tier 1 tome. We can go back and grab this at any point. It's going to grant physical range attacks of enchanted units plus 1 range. So enchanted units are anything that would fall under here, which would be our archers or Zephyr Archers when we have them. So yeah, if you want to up your range, that's the one you want to go for. And I don't know if I want to go for that first and then the Zephyr Archers. I think I'd rather get the Zephyr Archers first because it's going to take some time to research them and recruit them. This, once we research it, we can implement effectively immediately, so there's going to be less of a delay. Anyway, I think we need a couple more researches. Next home in 1 cycle, so we just need to pick one more thing. I don't know that I would use either of these, and Signet of Knighthood is now only 4 turns, so I think this is as good a time as any to grab it. And when that's done, we can choose our new tome. Jumping on over here, our king is in a rough spot. We're trying to deal with the Great Bird Nest here, and they've sent out some forces. Mostly tier 1 units, so even though we're outnumbered, I would consider just diving in to fight them. My only concern is that they have a tier 2 carrion bird and a tier 3 entwined protector. And that could make this a little bit more difficult. Says it's low risk. I feel like it's not. I feel like it's moderate risk. But if we can wipe them both out in 1 turn, throw a heal on our army, and in fact, we'll queue up the heal now, so they'll be ready next turn. We could potentially go after you. This army is also a lot of tier 1s. The sooner we wipe that out, the better, because they're going to continually generate new parties. So I guess let's see what we can do. It says it's low risk. I'm going to auto-resolve and just see what happens. We do lose a unit. So I think I can do better. I think I can. I think I could maybe spread out the damage so that we don't lose any unit. Let's go ahead and try. Okay. So another relatively open battlefield. There is a little bit more terrain obstruction on this one, but it's not significant. There's obviously a lot of room to maneuver here. So, is there anybody that we would need to worry about getting up to shenanigans? It looks like the Entwined Protector is basically just a paladin. Melee frontline fighter, but with a heal ability. They have a ranged attack that can deal poison damage, so that's concerning. These Spirit Hawks are straight melee. The Worms are melee, but with a charge strike. Same with the Piglet and the other Worms. Okay, so it might be worth... Oh, I missed the other carrion bird. Or I missed the other bird. Which can eat corpses for health. Okay, so nothing too bullshit like mind control or anything. I think it might be worth engaging though first, just so that we can avoid a lot of the charge damage. Let's see here. We'll try to get somewhere like this. I think that's looking pretty good. So if they want to rush us, it's only going to be a handful of units that are able to get into combat. So I don't think the enemy will be too inclined to do it. No, they're actually going to really slow play it and hang outside of my range. Smartly, they've also kept the units with the charge bonuses in the back. So even if I do go for the alpha strike here, I can't pin them down. Only the one. Wow. We really need to work on his damage. We gotta be careful too, because the birds can, I think, just fly right over the top of us. So unless we get them in melee combat, they're gonna go straight to our back line. I think we have to attack though. Well, maybe not. Only 2 of their units can get into range. It looks like. Oh, 3. No, okay, a few of them can. Everybody in the front line can reach us. Only one with the charge bonus, though. And this one is not going to engage in melee. It's going to sit back and shoot. Let's see. 11, 12 right there. Or 11. This is tricky. The AI is playing this really well so far. Yes, and if I rush in, my backline is going to get swarmed. So I think I have to hang back. And I'm going to drop a spirit attack on... I can see these guys being annoying, so let's target them. Okay. What will you do? Obviously, they're going to take the one ranged attack. It grazed, and we resisted the poison, so that worked out about as well as we could have hoped. We won that exchange there. This one's going to hurt a little bit more because they're going to get the charge bonus. Oh, they pulled off a sundered defense, too, and we got no retaliation either. Okay. But they were only able to get 2 in. We can move up here. 25 there. Curious. I want to get these guys pinned because they will get charge damage on us if we don't pin them, and we may as well get some charge damage on them if we are given the option. What's this look like? We're going to hit our own unit. Damn. That would be pretty nice. A lot of these are weak to fire. It's going to be tricky to get you out of there. I guess let's start here. You can swing around to stay there. And then let's see what this looks like now. So we can hit almost all of their units. And for a pretty good amount of damage, too. Yeah, let's do that. Like how he aimed it over there. Pulled off burning on, it looked like 3 or 4 of them. Pretty happy with that. I can't quite reach them, but maybe with one of our range units we can. It's a little bit tempting to focus fire here, but I'm going to go there. Just to make sure those guys don't get any charge damage off on us. And then... I shouldn't go here because if anybody moves into adjacency, I can't do anything. That's potentially a kill. What are archers? You do a lot of damage to one of these units. Let's see. You're gonna go for the kill. And I think you got it? Yeah, you got it. Okay. The only downside to doing that is the carrion birds might go eat it to heal themselves. Not that big of a deal. It's one unit, even if they're at full health rather than like 80% as they are now. Not going to last that long. Over here. Let's lay into this unit. They sundered our defense, which is unfortunate. We could drop this to get the kill there. And then, who does that leave? You've gone, you've gone, you've gone. So just the archer then. 18. I'm going to say here. Let's try to free up the knights as soon as possible. Oh, got to graze on the last ones. We didn't get the full amount, but we did pretty close. Interesting. It looks like they're going to try to move. Yeah, they decided to eat 3 attacks of opportunity in order to cast a heal. Questionable for sure. They're going to get charge damage off. We did resist the bleed, though. Spirit birds are going to get some damage in, and yeah, as I suspected, they're going to heal themselves by eating the corpses. Can we get a kill there? No, they canceled the retaliation, even though that wasn't a charge. Interesting. But we could poke them and end that real quick. 18, 20. It might make the most sense to go for the kill here, because the knights will do more damage elsewhere. And then let's see. If you move up, you get a little bit better. Let's lay into the pigs a little bit. Okay, you're going to go there. Cool, so they're done. We can do 21 there, 16 there. Those are really my only options. Let's go for the pigs, I guess. Let's try to focus fire them down. And then you... Or actually, you could move up and get the kill. And then we could step... Did you already attack? No. So if you move up and take the kill, that unit could step into their place and attack the birds or this unit. So I like that. Okay. And now this defender can move up. And do we want to go here or here? Neither is going to be all that significant. So let's go there. Sure, it took them a while to do their retaliation. Okay. My king can hit pretty hard on those spirit birds. Not so hard there. I think we're going to attack the birds. That was a crit. Nice. Can we get a few more crits? That was also a crit. Can we do 3 crits? We can. So we got 30 out of that instead of 21. Then we can hit somebody with some spirit damage. I think you make the most sense. Okay, that'll be it for our turn. Looks like they're going to go after the defender. Interesting choice. I thought they'd continue to focus fire our king. He is a little bit beat up already. Carrion birds are going to go after that defender as well. I'm going to make sure we don't lose the defender, though, unlike with the auto-resolve. We critted on the retaliation, too. This bird is having a rough go of it. Fumbled the attacks as well. Okay. So what I might do with this unit is actually drop a heal. Just to make sure we don't lose that unit. That seems like a waste. We'll get the most bang for our buck on the carrion birds there, so let's attack them. That's a crit. 2 crits. 3 crits. Wow, we are critting like crazy right now. 33. Let's see. You can get the kill. So do that. Come on, retaliate. There we go. And once more for the finish. Perfect. You are going to step in, throw a heal on them. Or is it just everybody in one tile? Okay. Well, plus 20, I'll take it. You're going to attack them. The knight can come around and... Unfortunately, that's not flanking damage. That's flanking damage. Yeah, we can end it this turn if we go there. Bring the knight around, and then we'll use magic to kill the birds. Oh, he almost finished them himself. Nah, we'll finish it. Weird. Normally it only does that when the fight's over. But the fight's now technically over. So yeah, we did much better than the auto-resolve. Though, again, one defender did eat a lot of the damage. We got a level up out of that as well. I don't think we did in the auto-resolve. Not sure why there would be a difference in XP from that. So I think I've taken most of the support skills I want, at least for the time being. Strength training actually is something I will grab eventually, because that's going to give additional damage to all my non-hero units. But we've kind of already done that through Stand Together, and it's actually a bigger bonus through that, as long as they stay in adjacency. So let's focus a little bit more on the king himself. Lord of War isn't going to benefit his attack, so I think we'll just start with fighting 1, which will give him plus 10%. Not a ton, but it's something. Getting him a better sword would go a long way too. I'm just not keen on either of the weapons that we currently have. Guess you can hang out like here for now. I don't want to get too close to this and trigger an attack by them, because right now it's saying that it's pretty risky. We need to be a little bit healthier before we go in. So you're gonna chill. What's the warg up to? I think the warg has kind of hit a dead end in here. Oh, maybe not. Or maybe so. That does look to be a dead end. South of our 2 main cities, or I guess our 2 only cities, Jonas has reached the spot where we were considering building a 3rd. I think I will ask him to go ahead and found that outpost. And then I think you can win that. It's a low risk battle. We'll auto resolve it. And he leveled up as well. Fantastic. So what do we choose for Jonas? I think Stand Together is going to be my first choice every time. Where were you headed exactly? Ah, probably toward that watchtower is, I'm guessing, what my intention was. Our army heal is ready, so let's drop that on the king. That gets us a little bit further along, but actually not quite as far as I would have liked. I forgot to queue up Legion of Zeal as well, so we should probably do that, because we're leaving damage on the table by not doing it. How long would it take? Oh, we can only do 1, right? So yeah, let's focus on Legion of Zeal. It's going to take 2 turns. You continue to chill. And did that open anything up for us? Not really. But there's still a long way to go in that direction. So we'll keep moving. Probably going to enable auto explore from here. I think this scout is far enough away from the others where I don't need to worry about them kind of overlapping in their patrols. Looks like one of our defenders is done and the knight is now being worked on. Over here, let's continue clearing some of these resource nodes. We'll start with this iron one, I suppose. Looks like it'll be a decent fight. I think I'd prefer you to be a little bit healthier first. Still saying a risky battle, but it's definitely less risky than it was. I think we'll wait 1 more turn. I wish we were closer. Well, it's probably not worth backtracking to the outpost, even though that would make us heal faster by being inside the friendly territory. I think I'm more inclined to just wait. We've received an official invitation from the friendly Duke of Hartfield. The great King Alfred Elderstone, we of Hartfield hereby humbly invite you to join the name day celebration of our Duke Lorton Wainwright. We would be honored if you would attend, and we look forward to your gift. You're invited to celebrate the name day of Lorton Wainwright. What gift will you bring? For 217 gold, we can gain 200 relations. For 135, we can gain 100. Or we can make an excuse and lose 150. I think 100 is fine. I don't want to burn too much gold. So this is still a risky battle. It hasn't really improved all that much. However, it looks like they're queuing up a attack soon based on that little symbol there. So probably going to need to just risk it and finish this little excursion now. So let's just see what the auto combat will do. There's no harm in checking it out. And actually, that was a pretty favorable roll for us. The unit that was badly injured didn't take any damage, and most of it was directed to the knight and a little bit to the archer. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that result. So cool. Ooh, a fire wyvern mount, or wyvern, or however you prefer. I've always leaned toward wyvern, but to each their own, I suppose. So what does that look like? It's actually quite small. How does it look on the map? And then does it confer any benefits? So still very fast movement type, still cavalry, flying movement, +4 fire resistance. It gives us +2 vision range. Some of these don't matter because we're part of an army. Yeah, I mean, in battle, it'll give us a little bit more maneuverability just because we can fly over things. But really, the only difference between this and the horse is that, the flying ability, and then the fire resistance, which, you know, we've faced fire all of maybe once. Let's see. I really kind of want to focus warfare right now. So I'm probably going to go defense just to unlock some additional abilities in here. Because, like, fighting 2 would be my choice if it was available. I can also do condemn. There's actually a mass condemn, but I forget how to unlock it. I think it's through one of the tomes. Inspiring leader is an interesting thought. Now that our armies are a little bit more high quality, we might actually see some difference there. I think for now I'm just going to go defense 1 though. So I'm going to roll with the wyvern for a little bit. I might go back to the horse though, just because I think this looks a little jank. Like, he's as big as that thing, if you don't count the wings. Oh, right, our outpost. Okay. So we can just immediately turn this into a city if we want. And I very well might do that. I don't know if there's like an advantage to going watchtower first. I guess there's no real harm in doing it. Well, I guess the harm would be losing 100 gold in a turn. Yeah, let's just go straight for the city. It costs me Imperium, which I have plenty of right now. So that's low risk. Let's auto-resolve it and see what happens. That's unfortunate. We'll have to retry that. Oh, here we go. Nice amount of choke points for us to work with. Looks like they're kind of moving that way. Might want to get some defenders kind of blocking right here. Put you over there. Forgot I have 3 in this army. That's okay. We'll just keep everybody close for now. So the army comp's a little bit different here. Instead of having knights, our hero is kind of the knight. And in like our king's army, the king is more of a frontline fighter. We just have an extra defender instead, so you need to keep that in mind. I mean, in general, the army comp is essentially the same. It's just how those abilities are distributed is slightly different. So those are technically a pike unit, which means they will get the first attack even if we initiate. Another thing to consider is these are all flying units, which means they can easily get into our back lines. So what I'm kind of thinking is, if we go 1, 2, you should probably adjust your facing that way. I might send this one around to flank in that direction. Oh, make sure we got the right one selected. Or what we could do is assume they're going to get into our back line. Might need to move you first. Basically, we assume they're going to make it into our back line and put a defender unit back there to help out. You go there, you go there. You can actually do that attack, so go ahead and do it. Start chipping away now. 6 is pretty pathetic, if we're being honest. But you have nothing else to do, so you may as well. And yeah, so we'll put the defenders here. So if the birds fly over and attack either of these backline units, they're basically going to be pinned by the defender. The defender can attack and waste their retaliation, and then these units can sneak out. I'm not going to go for that just yet. I want this thing to get some distance away from these birds, because if I just send the hero out there, they could just swarm the hero, and then everybody else would have to kind of like run in to try to save him. 10, 9, 9, 11. Is it better to go with a buff in this case? We can buff just about everybody. Actually, we get all of them in this case, so yeah, let's just do it. Alright, what do you got? They're going to shoot from back there. That actually did hurt quite a bit. Birds are doing exactly what I thought they'd do. Only one of them did it, though. Ouch. This defender unit is not looking good. And we can't get over there to heal them either. So let's see. We can do 42 right here to these birds. We're going to definitely try to wipe this bird unit out. And then we don't even need to worry about moving our backline units. They can just stay exactly where they are and do their thing. But yeah, I can't reach that unit to heal them, unfortunately. So we do 23 there. I'd like to get that unit into melee combat so they can't keep shooting the same unit over and over again. So the question is, can we get a kill here? No. Which means this unit is probably going to have to shoot the birds. Oh, they're not going to be able to do the job either. That puts me in a tough spot. They have spirit resistance, which makes sense. They're spirit birds. Well, we can do it and then use magic to finish the job. It just seems like a waste to have to pour 2 hits into there. Unfortunately, the archers can't contribute because the bird is forcing them into melee. You really only have one option, so I guess go ahead and attack there. But yeah, I unfortunately don't see any other resolution. You need to go here. And then we'll finish them off with a condemnation. That now lets the archers chip in to either spot. I think they're going to do more damage. And then you are going to go pin that guy down. Okay. Oh, you can actually get the kill there. Yeah, do it. They don't get a retaliation because they wasted it on the other unit, so we'll take them out. That leaves 2 units. Hopefully the birds can't do enough to wipe this defender out. I doubt that they'll be able to, but they are poisoned, so you never know. It's going to be close. They're going to get 2 more hits, and they're going to be down to very little. But they will make it. Yeah, so the only way we would have lost that defender is if this unit decided to eat an attack of opportunity to break away and then do a ranged attack. Two and 3. We critted all 3 of those, so we actually killed that unit without needing a second wave of attacks. And then between our hero and then maybe this defender, we'll get pretty close. And we can use magic to do the last little bit. Or I guess if we want, we could march in the bannermen here and let them do it. Cool. So we did better than the auto-resolve again. Though only just. But hey, having to retrain that unit would be a significant setback. Oh, we got an arc fire orb. So if we want anybody to be magic focused, we can give them that. It might actually be worth seeing what the Duchess is using for her magic and swapping in this, because orbs do not prevent you from using mounts, unlike the staves, which do prevent you from using mounts. So, wait, you're not the right hero. You leveled up. Let's see, what are my other options? Vigor, experienced leader, restore, true sight. Let's go Vigor 1. I think I skipped Vigor 1 on our main hero, but he actually started with 100 HP where Jonas has 90, so let's get him up to 100. I don't know if I like the name Avernos. Shivelton. I mean, that's kind of a good name. I mean, it's kind of a dumb name, but it's kind of a good name for a town that's going to be governed by a knight. So we'll put him in charge there. And, oh, we can start building stuff. So palisade walls are here if we want to get those going. I'm going to go workshop instead, though. And it's probably not worth really training much. They only have access to the bare minimum units here. Actually, another scout wouldn't hurt. And where do we want to throw down our first annexation? Kind of lean in this one here. Let's just get a farm going. And that basically covered this entire swath here. There's actually an ancient wonder right here that I completely missed. Can you move still? So it's the Lost Queen's Crypt. That would give us a corrupted soul if we annexed it. Which is probably dark and astral, if anything. Not really in line with our whole deal, but the option's always there. So let's take a look real quick. She has this staff which does magic blast for 24, quick stab for 16. The arc fire orb is significantly weaker. It does 12 damage, basically 6. Is that lightning and 6 fire? I mean arc fire, I guess that makes sense. But yeah, all in all, not super great damage wise. The staff that she's carrying is a staff of radiance, so it does 20 spirit damage. I'm not sure why it says 24 here. Where's the other 4 coming from? Well, anyway, it's just outright better. Again, though, can't use the mounts, so the trade-off is if we give her that, we can put her on a horse or a nightmare. If we keep the staff, we don't get to choose one. I think we'll just leave her there for the time being. Edgerton can annex. What do we want to grab? I think let's keep working on the farms here to boost this levy camp. So Shivelton's ready to annex another territory already. Also looks like somebody sent some angry worms after us. Probably going to want to deal with that. Can also, it looks like our building got rushed, which is cool. Let's go vendor for now. We'll just stick to the things that are boosted for as long as there are options. But what do we want to annex? I might want to go south just to kind of see what this looks like. Or we could keep pushing west. There's some nice resources out here. So that's a magic resource, the rainbow clover. But even before that, there's iron ore. There's pastures, there's mana, crystals. So yeah, there's a lot happening right here that we probably want to get involved with. We'll do a mine here. A little bit of gold, a little bit of production. Plenty of space for farms and food, obviously. So I'm not too worried about it. You could use a heal. Casting is in progress. Need 2 turns though. Let's throw out Legion of Zeal since it's ready. So again, this is going to add extra spirit damage to all of our melee attacks. So that's going to affect 8 defenders, 1 knight, and 1 warg. We're going to have to pay a total of 20 mana per turn to keep this up, which is pretty steep. That's half of our income. So we should probably start focusing on mana a little bit more if we're going to be casting these strategic spells. But yeah, that's 2 mana per unit affected. Worth it though. So our weapons are going to glow with zeal. And we're going to strike our enemies with that zeal. One thing I gotta say I really do love about this game is all of these strategic spells that you can cast. They all have visual representation on your characters. So if you do like a warding spell, for example, that gives your units, say like better magic resistance, you're actually going to see that ward like maybe hovering on their shields or something. So pretty cool. Those are all tier 1s. Do we risk it? Just go for it now. We're not going to get a heal for 2 turns. But you are in friendly territory, so you might heal a little bit faster. I think we'll wait 1 turn and see what happens. Finally getting around to building the wizard tower in our capital. Probably should have done that a while ago, but haven't had a whole lot of motivation to do it. Now's as good time as any, since it's not going to take us too long. We should probably look at like stone walls or something soon as well. Not that I'm worried about getting attacked right now, but you know, worth having just in case. Oh, we can annex some territory too. Well, I did just talk about helping out our mana supply, and then right here we have a mana node. We could build a conduit on it to get plus 15 total. That would almost entirely make up for what we just spent. So let's do that. What is this out here? That is a focus crystal, so that's not actually going to give us mana, even though it looks vaguely similar to mana nodes. Okay. I mean, that is something we'll want to grab. It's going to contribute to one of the collections as well. And then just generally, we are going to want to expand this way. I'm not sure how far Shivelton will go in that direction. I mean, actually, maybe quite far. They have a lot of directions to expand, though. Emberton's a bit limited. What are our new skills? Vassals gain 1 allegiance level when first vassalized. Not too concerned about that. This is like an insta-heal, right? It's just going to cost us 250 to do it. But I don't think it's worth it. What's this? Your units and cities gain 3 sensing rage. Yeah, let's do that. For 100 Imperium, making everything see 3 tiles further in every direction. Signet of Knighthood just finished, so we can choose a new tome, I believe. Yes. And we were going to do the Tome of Winds, specifically for the Zephyr Archer, so let's grab that.
High above the petty machinations of mortals,
since this is what we're here for, we'll just grab it now. It's going to take a little bit longer, but I'm not really concerned about it. That's really the only reason I grabbed this tome. Now, to our armies, you have healed up nicely. Looks like that bonus for being inside friendly territory really does make a difference. That should turn this into a very easy battle. We still lost a unit, so I think I'm going to go ahead and see if I can do better. Nice choke point on this map right here. So let's try to steer the fighting into this little narrow corridor if we can. They do have 1 unit capable of range, so we'll probably make sure that our hero can flank around and deal with them. The rest of you will just march right up the pipe here and meet the enemy head on. Can you not turn? Are you already facing that way? Okay. We'll do something like that. You may as well cast your buff. I'm going to move things a little bit faster here. I feel like the amount of time it takes for the animations to play is just a little bit excessive. It's not even the animations. There's just like a brief hesitation before the animations play. And that's what feels a little bit tedious. Okay, so do we attack or do we defend? The only unit I'm really worried about attacking us is going to be the worms, because they get this charge bonus. They are charging us head on though. So, I mean, 18 damage is still pretty good, but it's only 1 hit. They don't get like 3 hits. That would be 7, 5. This one would potentially... I think this might block retaliation, but the other one shouldn't. I think we let them come to us. I may move up one tile, though, just so that they can't squeeze past us there. I mean, they've got flying units. They can kind of do whatever they want anyway, but if we slide up, that puts our range units in range of at least kind of chipping away at some health points before the two armies actually meet. Can actually do a lot of damage there. What about here? Can we might be able to evaporate this unit before it even makes it into combat, which is kind of a fun idea. Oh, so close. Sundered defense, though, which means no, they're still not doing a ton of damage. What to do? Kind of tempted to just go for it now, because that means on the following turn when they try to attack, they're just going to die. What's there? Oh, stink flower. In that case, yeah, let's play defensively. So whoever walks through that is going to get distracted, and that means they're basically going to be stuck fighting on it, and so they might be distracted the whole time, or no, they're going to actually divert across, which is an interesting choice. Everybody's going after my unit in the front, and it looks like they're just going to completely ignore the stink flower, or I guess the birds flew over it. So they are distracted, okay. Ooh, 54 damage, I like that. Okay, we resisted the blind. I was a little bit concerned about that. You can do pretty nice damage over there. I think we're just going to let everybody kind of stack up and attack who's in front of them. And then my backline units can kind of chip in to assist. 14, 15, 15. Oh, we're so close on some of these. That seems smart, just because as much as I'd like to start shooting this unit in the back here or something like that, getting unit off the board makes more sense, and that 90% chance to hit versus like a 30 or a 50. So go ahead and do that. They're also stacked up on the unit that was a little bit low on health. So we've got 90 or 90. Take your pick. I don't want this unit to have to move up through the stink flower, so I'm going to go here. That graze, that's a bit of a bummer. You can kill the zombie outright with a charge, so why the hell not? And then we still have this, which can get us a kill here, so sure. They're going to fall back and shoot my hero. It's fine. You are going to go smash them in the face. Yeah, you can start marching over there, but you're going to be the only one that gets there in time. You can take the kill, since I don't want you moving through there anyways. And that lets this unit move up, and this unit move up, and that unit move up. And they both have a chance to attack. Sure, I'll take 7. I mean, 30% is poor, but if you can get a little bit, you can get a little bit. Cool. So that's pretty much that. We'll run them down. Oh, whoops, I clicked yes instead of no. It doesn't matter. Cool, so there's victory. Didn't lose any units. Let's get you back into friendly territory because we know how much of a difference that makes for healing now. Oh, our scout's ready too. You're going to push out in this direction. And then do as you see fit. Our army heal is finally ready. A little bit late, but better late than never. Not sure that made a lot of difference because I think you were already pretty close to full health. Excuse me. Our wizard tower's done. What do we want to do next? Maybe an estate hall. It's going to give us more money. Oh no, sorry, more food. Well, I do love more food. You can see we're already ready to annex another territory. That's how quickly we turn these over. Something like a blacksmith is also tempting because it took 6 turns to train that knight. That is quite slow. But I may go estate hall first just because it's boosted. What boosts you? 2 quarries? And what would boost the stone walls? 3 quarries? We can kind of work toward that. Yeah, it looks like we need to start building some quarries because they are going to contribute to a lot of these getting boosted. I could also do the wizard tower. It's going to up my Imperium gain per turn, which is an interesting thought. I'm going to go estate hall first. You know what? Give me that back. Oh, wow, we're kind of broke. When did that happen? Let's go wizard tower first. Okay. What would we like to annex? I'm thinking maybe to expedite our production a little bit, we could throw a quarry down right here along the mountains. I want to keep most of this for farms. So, yeah. We'll do that. That should make our building a little bit faster. I think it insta-finished whatever we were working on there. I have like no money, so it's a little bit tricky. I mean, that cost me 42. Not that I really can afford that even. During diplomatic negotiations, Duke Wainwright of Hartfield approaches you, quaking with anger. This is an outrage, he shouts. I receive reports your heroine, Maurice Lamplighter, of her bad-mouthing me, insulting my appearance, even doing an impression of me while wearing a hunter spider mask. She seems to think she can hide herself behind you, her king, but I demand there be consequences. He seems to be deeply insulted by the actions of the Duchess. We can say, surely you're above such petty jokes, aren't you? We have an 80% chance of success with that. It's always a bit risky rolling these, though, because if we do fail, we lose an order affinity, which makes subsequent ones harder. And obviously there is the allegiance hit as well. So what are the alternatives? You can basically defend her ability to say whatever she pleases. Her morale would increase, but his allegiance would decrease. Why does it look like your eyes were cut out or something? It's a bit scary, to be honest. We can say that she'll be disciplined. That will boost his allegiance, but hurt her morale. And then if we were to succeed in this, he would calm down and we would gain allegiance with no effect to her morale. And if we fail it, we lose allegiance and order affinity. Let's roll the dice on this. I like 80% odds. We were successful. So he's going to calm down. Lovely. We've acquired a tranquility pool. How did we do that? Ah, because we ranked up with these guys, and they have one. Also a silver tongue fruit and Archon blood. Okay, so we got some cool stuff from them. Love to see it. Signet of Knighthood. I can't really afford the mana hit right now. Not that it's even worth casting, because again, the warg is the only thing that benefits. So let's not even sweat that. Clergy Commons is done. Market's tempting because gold is such a problem right now. Yeah. Let's do it. So Edgerton is now a tier 3 city. We just finished the Citadel there, and we can build a mint, which will help with the gold situation even further. I mean, our income's not bad. We just seem to have depleted all of our reserves. Tithe Shrine would help a little bit for both resources up here, so that's something worth considering. Actually, yeah, let's do that for 100. Why not? Uh-oh, got invaders again. We'll see which direction they choose to go. Might go west to Chivalton again, or they may go north. I'm guessing they'll go west, but we'll find out. Also, this scout decided to cut back to the left even after I sent her this way. Probably wanted nothing to do with this territory here. But I need this area scouted, so you can go around if you need to, but I don't need you going back this way. Oh, our knight's finished, so let's get the knight up to her army, and then she can start going and clearing some areas as well. Want to do some fighting here. Wow. Nildor the Puzzler calls out before our troops close in. Your prowess is known to me. I see no victory here. Grant my army mercy, allow them to quit the field unharmed, and I shall surrender myself to your judgment. He seems both genuine and contrite in his entreaty of mercy. Do we accept the terms? So this is a hero from the Dark Orcs. And this is kind of unfortunate. Like, this is a weird thing that the game does, where it's like, so he basically says, let my army go and I'll surrender myself. And your options are ignore his terms and kill everybody, or ignore his terms and free everybody. So why isn't there a third option that's neutral that just says, sure, whatever you say? Because I'm kind of curious about this guy. He's a hero that we could eventually employ, and he's also non-human, which is kind of a cool thing to consider. It doesn't tell us what his affinities are, but one can kind of guess based on the name. And also, like, look at the dude. That doesn't scream like good affinity, but do I want to take a -5? It's honestly not that big a deal. And if we kill him, we can resurrect him later. That is always an option. Yeah, I mean, we're supposed to be a little bit zealous after all, right? We're not just pacifist religious cult. We're zealous Crusader knights. So if we saw something looking like this, I think we'd have to go deal with it. Level 6, by the way. Yeah, I'm pretty intrigued. I'm just going to auto combat and we'll see what happens. Yeah, no big deal. And we can go ahead and level up our hero there. Wand of Poison Darts. Interesting. Let's open our hero screen. I didn't necessarily want you. I wanted Jonas. Jonas, you can have the Wand of Poison Darts. And let's see here. What are your other options? I like defensive training and strength training. Let's go defensive first. I don't know what I clicked. Make our non-hero units a little bit tankier. And then once we unlock, or once we build the crypt, we can resurrect this guy. So let me kind of explain how this works, because we've never kind of encountered this in this playthrough so far. When you defeat an enemy lord and he's part of a main faction, or he, she, they, whatever they are, they might not even be sentient, they end up in your prison. If it's an NPC mob hero, like the guy that we just encountered here, then they end up in your crypt. They just die. But at any point, you can inspect them and see what they had equipped. So they had all these things going on. You can sell their remains. You gain some gold, and you also get all of the things that they had equipped. So you're not losing out on those items. If you don't care about the hero and just want the items, you can sell their remains to do that. And then once you have the crypt built for your wizard tower, you also have the option of potentially reviving anybody in your crypt. For your prison, you can also try to recruit them. However, it requires a different building. Let's go over here. That actually requires the prison cells. So you can convert or execute captured heroes. And then the crypt lets you resurrect dead ones. And that works for your own as well. So if, you know, Jonas the Strong dies, we can resurrect him at some point. Let's see. So we've collected the remains of that interesting character. We were insulted by the orcs, no less. We can't stand that. Let's denounce them back. We can denounce them for insulting us. Doesn't really do a whole lot, to be honest. I haven't really explored diplomacy since we haven't had interactions with other factions for very long now. Just very quickly going through this before we end the episode. There's all sorts of different things that you can do to interact with these groups. The first one you're probably going to want to do with anybody that you are kind of friendly with and want to continue to be friendly with is this wizard bond. It's basically just like a handshake saying, you know, we're both kind of going to approach this in kind of a good-natured way. Like we're not out to get you sort of thing. Again, just kind of a formal handshake. There's treaties that you can take to kind of, you know, further expand that. That eventually will include things like defensive pacts, alliances, obviously opening your borders. It's not shown here, but you can also like share your vision. So if you have allies, you can make sure they can see everything that you can see, and vice versa. Another kind of cool thing is you can actually sell contact information between factions. So if the orcs have never met the Shadowborn elves, we can actually sell them that information. They're not going to give me full value because they don't really like me. You can also gift this too if you're so inclined. I'm going to hold on to it for now because introducing my enemies to other potential enemies of mine seems ill-advised. They might ally with each other. Another cool thing about this game is you can just trade territory if you like. If there's a city you're like, I don't need this anymore, I want to get rid of it. Go here, have Chivalton. I mean, obviously they're not going to pay you nearly what it's worth, but you have the option. If the other faction likes you, I believe you can also buy territory from them. Though I can't remember in what instances I actually saw the option on their side. It's rare, but I think it is possible. So where were we? You were kind of hopping from node to node here, killing mobs. Looks like the auto combat's going to roll our way that time. And up over here, we're waiting on that knight. We have 10 turns to find the brother. I was kind of hoping she'd be able to do it. And let's see, one more turn to get you there, and then I'm guessing 1, 2, maybe 3 or 4 to get to there. I think we have plenty of time for her to do it, so I'm gonna let her do it. Meanwhile, what do I want the king to do? I could have the king do it and let her worry about going like south and leveling up or something. I also need to go grab this eventually. And that as well. Yeah, I suppose we could let the king do it. So he's embarked. Probably going to attack this on our way over there. And maybe a few of these other things. She's probably better off being sent in this area to level up. At some point we'll need to start attacking these ruins too. I want to get the Zephyr archers into our party before I do that. Right now with the units that we have, I worry that we're just a little bit underpowered for it. Go farm there, I think. Awesome. And with the end of that turn, that'll also be the end of our episode. We met another faction, so we're up to 2. There's still 6 more, I believe, for us to discover. And that's not including other free cities that are around the map. There's probably plenty. I'm very curious what the deal is with this guy's eyes. I guess we'll know soon enough when we integrate them into our kingdom. What else is going on? 2 more turns until we have the Zephyr archers. Let's take a look at this tome business. Once we finish the 4 required researches for this tome, I might jump over to enchantment just to get the seeker arrows. We could get spell tempered shields too, which is the one I was talking about before, where it actually shows like a ward on your shield. There's also things like sundering blades. So there's definitely some cool stuff we can get from enchantment that would be worth it. And if we want to really take full advantage of those Zephyr archers, getting seeker arrows would definitely be the way to do that. So I'm thinking those 2. That'll also really give us a nice push into Materium, which you can see we've already started. We're getting +2 now. If we do the enchantment tome, we'll get +4 per turn. And there is some cool stuff in here, particularly the right of the armor, which is going to gain us the breastplate of the champion, which is a really good armor item that you can equip on one of your heroes. I'm going to throw it to the king, obviously. And it's a right, so I think it's potentially repeatable for additional pieces, but I don't know if I've ever seen the additional pieces. I could be wrong. But there is some good stuff in here for sure that we will want to go after. So, I think with that, we'll call it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Age of Wonders with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next one.